So you want to know how to deal with internet trolls? I'm going to tell you all about it. Catch you inside. RevelatorAlf. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf, a biker's life less ordinary. So in this video, I'm talking about that you put online a video or a blog or some kind of art piece, you're sharing it with the world, and you're bombarded with internet trolls or even just a lone voice who is actually being rather unpleasant to you. How do you deal with it? So by the way, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and the channel, give it a subscribe, hit the notifications bell and leave loads of comments below. If you want to check out the website, RevelatorAlf.com, there's lots of information there. Just opened up a store there as well, and all the links are below as well for all the social media and all the website and the shop as well. So what are you going to do? How can you deal with somebody who's been rather unpleasant to you on the internet? Now, for some people, it's not a drama at all. For other people, it can be quite distasteful and actually can be quite hurtful. You know, we're all different people with all different sensitivities. It doesn't matter what we look like on the outside, it's what's going on the inside, and we all know that. Well, first of all, there are a few things that you can do. You can either not engage with it at all, just ignore it, and just accept that there are internet trolls out there and they are going to try and make your life hell. You know, we can all hide behind a keyboard, a computer, you know, in the anonymity of our own homes or bedrooms or whatever it is, and we can just be mean to other people for no reason other than it gives us a sense of superiority, whatever it is. Some people obviously have a desire to give their opinion, and it also is a negative opinion as well. Now, there's a difference between offering a negative opinion and also being rude or distasteful or just downright offensive. Now, to me, it appears that many people, even when they're just generally communicating online, they kind of lost their manners a little bit. A lot of people just seem to be very abrupt when they're leaving comments or when they're asking for information, so on and so forth. Now, personally, I don't respond to it. If somebody's going to be like that to me, then they're not going to get what they want out of me. However, if somebody's really polite, whether in face-to-face or online, then I'll respond a lot more. So I have lots of messages sent to me from various different walks of life, and some are well-mannered, well-written, and others are very abrupt. Those who are abrupt, I tend to ignore. It's quite simple. It's the same with internet trolls as well, or really offensive comments. You can either ignore it or you can respond to it. If you are going to respond to it, sometimes the easiest way is to just go straight for the jugular as well, and just go straight to them and say, "What do you mean? What is this?" So on and so forth. But that takes a lot of energy and also takes up a lot of your time when, you know, a lot of the time they don't even care. They've just done it to get a rise out of you. So there is another option. The other option is just simply to report them. All social media have the option to report somebody or to report an offensive post or an offensive reply to one of your posts. In some cases, that can even be sent on to the police, and then they can deal with it as well. They can track the individual. So a lot of the time you can go down that route. So if you're really feeling intimidated or upset by somebody who's, you know, just attacked you for no reason, or attacked your work or your creativity for whatever it is, in a very offensive way, I might add, then, you know, you have these options to you. However, that being said, we still have to allow people to give their opinion, whether positive or negative. However, this is one of the tactics I use when I'm trying to publicize a particular video in a particular niche area or in a subject area. I will post a video in particular online forums or social media groups, and I will ask for feedback, and I will specifically state I welcome positive feedback, but I also welcome negative feedback because it all helps me to improve my content. If you approach your online content in that way, or your online profiles in that way, then you'll probably be a lot healthier for it. ignore the trolls wherever possible. Just accept them for what they are. Or if it is really offensive, just either hold them to account straight away. Now, most cases, if you do reply and hold them to account straight away, then they don't tend to reply anymore. Interesting that, isn't it? So they like to act like bullies. They like to bully you, they like to intimidate you, but as soon as they come up against somebody who wants to retaliate back, they're not so keen. But probably the best way to do it, if you don't want to get involved, is either ignore it or report it. Now, the one problem about ignoring somebody who's written something rather distasteful about you or about what you've done or what you've said is that they can get away with it. If they're not reported, they'll just continue doing it. Now, that's not to say that once they've been reported and then their account has been suspended, that they can't open up a brand new account under a different guise. That's true. But if the process is there to make sure that we stop these kind of people from doing these things, then obviously that, then we need to utilize it. The days have gone now where people will confront other people face to face. They're much more likely to try and intimidate people or bully people or be negative people from afar, remotely, because there are no consequences usually, or there are no physical consequences to whatever somebody says or does. So the only option that you have is to respond in kind. As I say, either ignore it, reply straight away, or probably the best thing to do is just report it. Anyway, I hope this helps you to deal with any kind of negative that you're getting. We've got to expect it to a certain degree, and you've got to develop a thick skin to a certain degree. But there is a difference between negativity and a negative opinion of your content that you've produced, and somebody who's being quite vitriolic about you as an individual. Anyway, I hope this helps. Please subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and I'll catch you on the next video, whenever that is. Cheers now.
RevelatorAlf.